The following message is transmitted at the request of Thunderbuddy. This is Thunderbuddy01 TV Studios with an important message regarding this video. This video is a work of fiction, and any characters, places, or objects are only being used in a fictitious manner. Any phenomena with these locations is coincidental. This video also contains valid tones, which if used improperly can lead to an activation of the emergency alert system. Thunderbuddy01 will not take any responsibility for your actions. This video also contains content and/or language which may be unsuitable for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Be especially careful with your volume levels, especially when same tones are played. Thunderbuddy01 will also not take responsibility for any loss of hearing during this presentation. We now return to normal broadcasting. Thank you.
You are listening to NOAA Weather Radio WWH-33, the voice of the National Weather Service, broadcasting the latest weather forecasts, warnings, and other information, 24 hours a day. WWH-33 is brought to you with the cooperation of Litchfield County Dispatch Incorporated, and the state of Connecticut. WWH-33 is coming to you from a tower on Mohawk Mountain, in Cornwall, Litchfield County, Connecticut, at 162.500 MHz, and serves western Connecticut, adjacent portions of southeast New York, and the southern Berkshires. This program is provided by your National Weather Service office in Albany, New York, on the campus of the University of Albany. The current time is 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Now here's the hazardous weather outlook for northwestern Connecticut, western Massachusetts, east central New York, and southern Vermont. For tonight, no hazardous weather is expected at this time that would meet National Weather Service warning criteria. And now for the extended outlook for the period Monday through Saturday. There is a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms Monday afternoon into early Tuesday morning. These storms may have the potential to bring damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, hail up to the size of quarters, as well as heavy rain, which will bring the chance of flash flooding to the region. Isolated tornadoes cannot be ruled out during this severe weather event. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio for further updates on this potential event. Spotter information statement: spotter activation will be needed on Monday afternoon.
You are listening to NOAA Hazard Radio, station KWO35 in New York City. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service Forecast Office located on the grounds of Brookhaven National Laboratory in Upton, New York. Station KWO35 broadcasts on a frequency of 162.55 MHz.
Significant severe thunderstorms expected for the Mid-Atlantic and New England this afternoon and tonight. The National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma is forecasting the development of widespread wind damage and isolated tornadoes over areas to the east of the Great Lakes, the Mid-Atlantic region, as well as New England this afternoon into tonight. Areas most likely to experience this activity include Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, eastern New York, Rhode Island and Vermont. Elsewhere around the affected region, severe storms can also be expected from the Susquehanna Valley to the Carolina coast as a strong upper-level system approaches and interacts with a moist and unstable air mass. Thunderstorms will develop ahead of a fast-moving cold front with squall line development taking place this afternoon. As the squall line intensifies, the threat for widespread wind damage and tornadoes will increase as the system moves into stronger instability across the moderate risk area late this afternoon into tonight. Areas included in the moderate risk zone will receive wind gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour, and hail up to the size of quarters. State and local emergency managers are monitoring this situation closely. To those in the affected area, now is the time to review severe weather rules and your emergency plan. Monitor commercial radio, television, or no weather radio for further information and possible watches or warnings from the National Weather Service. Monitor commercial radio, television, or no weather radio for further information and possible watches or warnings from the National Weather. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 180, effective until 5 a.m. Tuesday. This watch includes the following county, Fairfield, Connecticut, and the following counties, in New Jersey, Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Hunterdon, Middlesex, Monmouth, Morris, Passaic, Somerset, Sussex, Union, and Warren, and the following counties, in New York, Bronx, Kings, Nassau, New York, Orange, Putnam, Queens, Richmond, Rockland, Suffolk, and Westchester, and the following marine locations: Long Island Sound west of New Haven, Connecticut to Port Jefferson, New York, New York Harbor, Long Island South Shore base from Jones Inlet to Shinnecock Bay, New York, Fire Island Inlet, New York to Moriches Inlet, New York out 20 nautical miles, Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Fire Island Inlet, New York out 20 nautical miles, coastal waters from Sandy Hook to Manasquan Inlet, New Jersey out 20 nautical miles, and coastal waters from Manasquan Inlet to Little Egg Inlet, New Jersey out 20 nautical miles. Remember, a tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds, and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions, and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to No Weather Radio, broadcast radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 180, effective until 5 a.m. Tuesday. This watch includes the following county. Here is a special weather statement for the following areas: in New Jersey, Eastern Passaic, Western Essex, Western Union and Eastern Union. Strong thunderstorms with heavy rain and lightning will impact southeastern Passaic, Essex and Union counties. At 11:43 a.m., Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from Wayne and Passaic County to Rahway in Union County, moving northeast at 5 miles per hour. Heavy rainfall with this line of storms will lead to flooding. A flash flood warning may be needed. Locations impacted include Wayne, Rahway, Linden, Fairfield, Cranford, Essex, Summit, Clark, Union, Springfield, Berkeley Heights, Montclair, Orange, Livingston, and Milburn. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this line of storms. Move indoors immediately. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to get struck by lightning. These storms may intensify, so be certain to monitor local radio and TV stations, as well as local TV outlets for additional information and possible warnings from the National. The National Weather Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey has issued a flash flood warning for southern Warren County, northern Hunterdon County, Morris County, northern Somerset County, until 4 p.m. At 11:50 a.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain moving into the warning area. Flash flooding is expected to begin shortly. Rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour are being detected, with 1 to 3 inches of rainfall possible in this area through 3 p.m. Some locations that will experience flooding include Harmony, Lebanon, Tewksbury, Hampton, High Bridge, Northern Riddington, Jefferson, Rockaway, Parsippany, Roxbury, Randolph, Morristown, Bernardsville, Peapack and Gladstone, Bernards, Warren, and Bedminster. Move to higher ground now. Act quickly to protect your life. When encountering flooded roads, make the smart choice. Turn around, don't drown. Please report flooding to your nearest law enforcement agency when you can do so safely. They will relay your report to the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 4 p.m. for the following counties: in New Jersey, Hunterdon, Morris, Somerset and Warren. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Southern Bergen County, Essex County, Southern Passaic County, Union County, Hudson County, until 12:45 p.m. At 11:52 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Wayne to Linden to Cranford to Rahway, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Trained spotters reported hail up to penny size in Cranford, and the public reported rain of up to 1/10 of an inch over the past 2 minutes in Montclair. Impact, expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Other locations in the warning include but are not limited to Fairview, Fairfield, Hillside Park, Hoboken, Weehawken, East Newark, Cranford, Clark, Union, Summit, Linden, Springfield, Berkeley Heights and Orange. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect for the warned area. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, act quickly and move to an interior room on the lowest floor of your home or business. Heavy rains flood roads quickly, so do not drive into areas where water covers the road. Continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is also occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to get struck by lightning. Wait until at least 30 minutes after the storm ends to resume outdoor activities. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 12:45 p.m. for the following counties: in New Jersey, Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Passaic and Union. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Southern Bergen County, Essex County, Southern Passaic County, Union County, Hudson County. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Central Fairfield County, Southwestern New Haven County, Putnam County in southeastern New York, Westchester County in southeastern New York, until 1:15 p.m. At 11:57 a.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Carmel to Yonkers, or along a line extending from near Mahopac to Pelham, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 70 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, trained weather spotters. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to mobile homes, roofs and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Brewster, Carmel, Mahopac, Putnam, Byram Hills, Ossining, Mount Pleasant, Harrison, Blind Brook, Port Chester, Bedford, Mount Vernon, Greenburgh, Irvington, Greenwich, Trumbull, Stratford, Westport, Bridgeport, Weston, Wilton, New Canaan, Shelton, Milford, Orange, West Haven, New Haven, Derby and Ansonia. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is a supercell thunderstorm. Supercell storms are capable of producing all types of severe weather, including extremely large hail, destructive straight-line winds, and possibly tornadoes. Remember, a tornado watch remains in effect for the warned area until 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. If you spot a tornado, act quickly and move to a place of safety, such as a basement or small interior room. Report severe weather to the Coast Guard or nearest law enforcement agency when you can do so safely. They will relay your report to the National Weather Service office in Alton, New York. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1:15 p.m. for the following counties, in Connecticut, Fairfield and New Haven, and the following counties, in New York, Putnam, and Westchester.
The National Weather Service in Albany has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Litchfield County in northwestern Connecticut, Berkshire County in western Massachusetts, Columbia County in east central New York, Dutchess County in east central New York, Bennington County in southern Vermont, until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous thunderstorms were located on a fast-moving squall line. This line was located from northeastern New Jersey to the western Taconic Mountains and moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 70 miles per hour wind gusts, and half-dollar-size hail. Source, public. Impacts, expect hail damage to vehicles and windows. Expect wind damage to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Salisbury, Canaan, Connecticut, North Canaan, Norfolk, Colebrook, Goshen, Warren, Litchfield, Morris, New Milford, Bridgewater, Pittsfield, Lenox, Stockbridge, Mount Washington, Great Barrington, Sandysfield, Lanesboro, Hancock, Clinton, Washington, Dover, Beekman, LaGrange, Pauling, Hillsdale, Copiague, Claybrack, Austerlitz, Canaan, New York, Chatham, Bennington, Woodford, Stamford, Glastonbury, Shaftesbury, Sunderland, and Sandgate. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is a dangerous situation. These storms have produced wind damage across northern New Jersey. Seek shelter inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Large hail and damage in winds and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning ISONEOFNTURESL or the INGKILLERS. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. Peak rotation has been detected in this storm. While not immediately likely, a tornado could still develop. Remember, a tornado watch remains in effect for the warned area until 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. If you spot a tornado, act quickly and move to a place of safety in a sturdy structure, such as a basement or small interior room. Please report hail size, damage in winds, and reports of trees down to the National Weather Service by email at lb.stormreport@noaa.gov, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/MsAlbany or Twitter at MsAlbany. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Litchfield, Connecticut, and Berkshire, Massachusetts, and Bennington, Vermont, and the following counties in New York, Columbia, and Dutchess. The National Weather Service in Albany has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for
A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 1:15 p.m. for central Fairfield, southwestern New Haven, Putnam, and Westchester counties. At 12:21 p.m., a line of severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Danbury to Norwalk, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. This is a very dangerous storm. Hazard, golf ball-size hail and 80 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, emergency management and trained weather spotters. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. This dangerous storm will affect mainly urban areas of central Fairfield and southwestern New Haven counties, including the following: Reading, Easton, Trumbull, Monroe, Fairfield, Shelton, Stratford, Bridgeport, Ansonia, Derby, Orange, Woodbridge, West Haven and Milford. This is a dangerous situation. Putnam and Westchester counties have suffered widespread wind damage over the past 20 minutes. Seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure, and stay away from windows. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. While a tornado is not immediately likely, it is best to move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This storm may cause serious injury and significant property damage. A tornado watch remains in effect until 5 a.m. Tuesday morning for southern Connecticut and northeast New Jersey and southeast New York. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 1:15 p.m. for the following counties: in Connecticut, Fairfield and New Haven, and the following counties: in New York, Putnam and Westchester. The National Weather Service in Taunton has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Hartford County, Tolland County, until 1 p.m. At 12:23 p.m., a dangerous squall line was located from northeast New Jersey to southern Vermont, and was moving east at 40 miles per hour. This is a very dangerous storm. Hazard: golf ball size hail and 90 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: law enforcement. Trained spotters reported hail up to 2 inches in diameter in central Hartford County. Impact: flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. This dangerous squall line will be near Granby, Canton, Simsbury, Avon, Farmington, and Plainville at 12:30 p.m. Suffield, Windsor Locks, Hartford, Wethersfield, Rocky Hill and Glastonbury at 12:40 p.m. Enfield, East Windsor, South Windsor, Manchester, and Marlborough at 12:45 p.m. Somers, Stafford, Ellington, Tolland, Vernon, Bolton, Andover, Coventry and Hebron at 12:55 p.m. Union, Willington, Mansfield and Columbia at 1 p.m. Other locations impacted by these severe thunderstorms include West Hartford, New Britain, Berlin, Southington, Burlington, Bristol, Heartland and Stafford Motor Speedway. Intense thunderstorm lines can produce brief tornadoes and widespread significant wind damage. In addition, rotation has been detected in these storms. While not immediately likely, a tornado can still develop. If you spot a tornado, act quickly and move to a place of safety in a sturdy structure, such as a basement or small interior room. This is an extremely dangerous situation with tornado-like wind speeds expected. Mobile homes and high-profile vehicles are especially susceptible to winds of this magnitude, and may be overturned. For your protection, move immediately to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. These storms have the potential to cause serious injury and significant property damage. A tornado watch remains in effect until 5 a.m. Tuesday morning for northern Connecticut, central and eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1 p.m. for the following counties: in Connecticut, Hartford and Tolland. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a tornado warning for Queens County in southeastern New York, Kings County in southeastern New York, Bronx County in southeastern New York, New York County in southeastern New York, Richmond County in southeastern New York, until 1 p.m. At 12:25 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado within a fast-moving squall line was located near Castleton, or near Middletown, moving east at 40 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Hazard: damaging tornado and golf ball size hail. Source: emergency management officials and trained spotters confirm tornado. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Southfield, Middletown, Prospect Park, Flatbush, Sunset Park, Fort Hamilton, Floyd Bennett Park, Jamaica Bay, Williams Bridge, Pelham Bay Park, City Island, Thrugs Neck, Times Square, Lower East Side, Upper East Side, West Side, Rockaway, Long Island City and Kennedy International Airport. To repeat, a large, extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. A large and extremely dangerous tornado is on the ground. Take immediate... Tornado emergency for the greater New York City metropolitan area. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a tornado warning for Fairfield County until 1:15 p.m. At 12:45 p.m., two confirmed large and destructive tornadoes within a fast-moving and damaging squall line were located in western Fairfield County. One tornado was located near Greenwich, the other was located near Ridgefield, and both moving east at 60 miles per hour. This is a tornado emergency for the greater New York City metropolitan area. The same squall line produced a tornado near New York City around half an hour ago, and has caused significant damage to life and property. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Expected hazards include two large and destructive tornadoes, 100 miles per hour winds, and tennis ball-size hail. These tornadic circulations have been confirmed by emergency management officials and trained spotters. The following impacts are expected. You are in a life-threatening situation. You could be killed if not underground, or in a tornado shelter. Complete destruction of homes, businesses, and vehicles will occur. Flying debris will be deadly to people and animals. Trees will be uprooted or snapped. Power outages are highly likely or expected. All of Fairfield County will be impacted by these dangerous storms. To repeat, large, extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornadoes are on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a basement. Get under a workbench or another piece of sturdy furniture. If no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of a building in an interior hallway or room such as a closet. Use blankets or pillows to cover your body, and always stay away from windows. If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a substantial shelter. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch or other low spot and cover your head with your hands. Large and extremely dangerous tornadoes are on the ground. Take immediate tornado precautions. This is an emergency situation. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 1:15 p.m. for the following county: Fairfield, Connecticut. The National Weather Service in Albany has issued a tornado warning for Litchfield County in northern Connecticut until 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a confirmed large, violent and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Morris and was nearly stationary. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Hazard, deadly tornado, 100 miles per hour winds, and tennis ball size hail. Source, emergency management officials confirm tornado. Doppler radar shows this tornado is approximately 1 mile wide. Impact, this is a life-threatening situation. You could be killed, if not underground, or in a tornado shelter. Complete destruction of entire neighborhoods is likely. Many well-built homes and businesses will be completely swept from their foundations. Debris will block most roadways. Mass devastation is highly likely, making the area unrecognizable to survivors. This tornado will severely affect Morris and surrounding communities, including Warren, Litchfield, Washington, Bethlehem, northern Watertown and extreme western Pemaston. This is an extremely dangerous tornado with complete devastation likely. You could be killed, if not underground, or in a tornado shelter. Do not delay, seek shelter now. If no underground shelter is available, seek shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of a structure, or if time allows, consider moving to an underground shelter elsewhere. Mobile homes and outbuildings will offer no shelter from this tornado. Please report hail size, damaging winds and reports of trees down to the National Weather Service by email at alb.stormreport@noaa.gov, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/newsalbany or 4444444444444444444. As from 4.4 89 RQ 28 9 RQ pop EAS status John Technical Squad West Wire for PSW FQW FQW AFH KKLS HHW FQW UAS detail that's the Squad FQG rate for requested by FQW UAF for equal UAF UAG always for UAF against SDLK against class left eye for UAS FQW UAP for upper class level QW FQW UAP we require FQW SIS socket jack with count jacks low pull your fear for creating box UAW UK left side motherfucking equals
The National Weather Service in Albany has issued a tornado warning for Litchfield County in northern Connecticut until 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 12:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a confirmed large, violent and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Morris and was nearly stationary. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Hazard, deadly tornado, 100 miles an hour winds, and tennis ball size hail. Source, emergency management officials confirm tornado. Doppler radar shows this tornado is approximately 1 mile wide. Impact, this is a life-threatening situation. You could be killed if not underground or in a tornado shelter. Complete destruction of entire neighborhoods is likely. Many well-built homes and businesses will be completely swept from their foundations. Debris will block most roadways. Mass devastation is highly likely, making the area unrecognizable to survivors. This tornado will severely affect Morris and surrounding communities, including Warren, Litchfield, Washington, Bethlehem, northern Watertown and extreme western Thomaston. This is an extremely dangerous tornado with complete devastation likely. You could be killed if not underground or in a tornado shelter. Do not delay, seek shelter now. If no underground shelter is available, seek shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of a structure, or if time allows, consider moving to an underground shelter elsewhere. Mobile homes and outbuildings will offer no shelter from this tornado. Please report hail size, damaging winds and reports of trees down to the National Weather Service by email at alb.stormreport@noaa.gov, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/nwsalbany or Twitter at nwsalbany. The National Weather Service in Albany has issued a tornado warning for Litchfield County in northern Connecticut until 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. This NOAA weather radio station is temporarily off the air. Please tune to an alternate weather radio broadcast or go to weather.gov for the latest weather information. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a tornado warning for Fairfield County, Middlesex County, New Haven County, New London County, Putnam County in southeastern New York, Westchester County in southeastern New York, until 2:15 p.m. At 1:02 p.m., tornado emergency for southern Connecticut and southeast New York. Two confirmed large, violent and extremely dangerous tornadoes were located in Putnam and Westchester counties. The first tornado was located in Connell, the second in Yonkers, and both were moving east at 80 miles per hour. This is a tornado emergency for southern Connecticut and southeast New York. This is an extremely dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Take cover now. Hazard: deadly tornadoes, 120 miles per hour winds, and 3-inch diameter hail. Source: Emergency Management and Trained Spotters confirm tornadoes. Impact: this is a life-threatening situation. Death is guaranteed if you are not underground or in a tornado shelter. Entire towns and cities will be wiped out. Mobile homes and vehicles will be tossed around and destroyed. Flying debris will be deadly to people and animals. Complete devastation is highly likely, making the area unrecognizable to survivors. All of the indicated counties will be affected by these tornadic thunderstorms. The tornado in Putnam County will affect inland southern Connecticut, and the tornado in Westchester County will affect the Connecticut coast. Complete devastation is highly likely or expected. If you do not seek shelter immediately, chances of survival are minimal. Do not delay, seek shelter now. Take cover in an underground shelter at your home, or elsewhere if time allows. Mobile homes and outbuildings will offer no shelter from this tornado, as they will be destroyed upon impact. Do not seek shelter in a ditch or low-lying area. The tornadoes are too strong for people to be seeking shelter outdoors. These tornadoes will impact the beaches. If you are on any of the beaches along the Connecticut coastline, evacuate them immediately and take refuge indoors. Heavy rainfall may hide these tornadoes. Do not wait to see or hear the tornadoes. Take cover now to ensure survival. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 2:15 p.m. for the following counties: in Connecticut, Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven and New London, and the following counties, in New York, Putnam, and Westchester. A tornado warning remains in effect until 2:15 p.m. for Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven, New London, Putnam and Westchester counties. At 1:40 p.m., 2 confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornadoes were located in New Haven County. The first one was located near the WXJ-42 tower in Meriden, the other near Walnut Beach in Milford, and both were moving east at 17 miles per hour. This is a tornado emergency for southern Connecticut and southeast New York. Fairfield, Putnam and Westchester counties have suffered catastrophic damage over the past half hour. This is an extremely dangerous and potentially life-threatening situation. Take cover now. Hazard: deadly tornadoes, 90 miles per hour winds, and 3-inch diameter hail. Source: emergency management confirmed tornadoes. Impact: you are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible. Locations impacted include all of New Haven, Middlesex and New London counties. To repeat, large, extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornadoes are on the ground. To protect your life, take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. These tornadoes will impact the beaches. If you are on any of the beaches, evacuate them immediately and take refuge indoors. These tornadoes are expected to hit the WXJ-42 tower in Meriden and the KHB-47 tower in Montville. If the weather radio station goes off the air, it is highly recommended to seek shelter immediately. Repeating, a tornado warning remains in effect until 2:15 p.m. for the following counties: in Connecticut, Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven and New London, and the following counties: in New York, Putnam and Westchester. The tornado warning for Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven, New London, Putnam and Westchester counties has been cancelled. The squall line has weakened below severe limits, and no longer appears capable of producing tornadoes. Therefore, the warning has been cancelled. Repeating, the tornado warning has been cancelled for the following counties: in Connecticut, Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven and New London, and the following counties: in New York, Putnam and Westchester.
You have one unread message.
Tornado Watch number 180 has been cancelled for the following counties: in Connecticut, Fairfield, Middlesex, New Haven and New London, and the following counties: in New York, Nassau and Suffolk, and the following marine locations: Long Island Sound east of New Haven, Connecticut to Port Jefferson, New York, New York Harbor, Long Island South Shore bays from Jones Inlet through Shinnecock Bay, New York, Peconic and Gardiner's Bays, New York, Moriches Inlet, New York to Montauk Point, New York out 20 nautical miles, and Fire Island Inlet, New York to Moriches Inlet, New York out 20 nautical miles.
This is a statewide activation of the Connecticut Emergency Alert System at the request of the Connecticut State Police, and the Connecticut Division of Emergency Management. Numerous power outages have been reported throughout the state of Connecticut from the severe weather event earlier today. These power outages will last from 3 to 5 days. Connecticut Light and Power, along with construction crews throughout the state, are working promptly to clean up the storm damage and restore power to all residents. All unnecessary travel is strongly discouraged until July 12, as storm debris is scattered across the roadway. This concludes the statewide activation of the Connecticut Emergency Alert System. All other stations hearing this message are being ordered to retransmit the preceding announcement. This is an administrative message transmitted at the request of the New York State Office of Emergency Management. Numerous power outages have been reported in the vicinity of the Taconic Mountains, Hudson Valley Highlands, Long Island, and the 5 boroughs of New York City. These power outages could last up to a week. The New York State Office of Emergency Management is requesting that all citizens remain at home, as construction crews are working to repair all damage that has occurred from the severe weather event.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York State Office of Emergency Management. A radiological advisory is being issued for Orange, Putnam, Rockland, and Westchester counties due to a partial meltdown of reactor numbers 2 and 3 at the Indian Point Energy Center in Buchanan. Severe weather impacted Westchester County and has caused severe damage to the plant. The release of substantial amounts of radioactive materials into the atmosphere remains uncertain at this time. Due to the possibility of a radiological advisory being upgraded, a voluntary evacuation of all areas within a 15-mile radius of Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant has been recommended. Should a mandatory evacuation be issued, you are advised to take the following actions. Evacuate to a safer location if you hear an explosion. Take all necessities, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio to your shelter. Put on an approved gas mask to prevent exposure to radioactive particles. And most importantly, stay calm. Panicking will only worsen the situation. Please stay tuned to media outlets for further information.
Thunder Buddy 01, you decided to do a spin-off of Play Ranger 143's Weather Disaster Quadrilogy.
Attempting to stabilize nuclear reactor core. Error. Critical file missing. Cannot continue with stabilization procedures. Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent. 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 Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the New York State Office of Emergency Management. An immediate evacuation is being issued for all areas within a 50-mile radius of the Indian Point Energy Center in Buchanan, New York due to total meltdowns of reactor numbers 2 and 3. A large, violent and destructive tornado impacted Westchester County earlier this afternoon and has caused significant if not catastrophic damage to the plant. Radioactive materials have been released into the atmosphere, and this can be hazardous to adjacent residents. Due to the possible threat of an explosion at Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant, all residents within a 50-mile radius of the plant are being ordered to evacuate immediately. Those in the immediate evacuation area include Fairfield, Connecticut, Western New Haven, Connecticut, Western and Southern Litchfield, Connecticut, Bronx, New York, Dutchess, New York, Kings, New York, Nassau, New York, New York, New York, Orange, New York, Putnam, New York, Queens, New York, Northern Richmond, New York, Rockland, New York, Western Suffolk, New York, Eastern Sullivan, New York, Southern Ulster, New York, Westchester, New York, Bergen, New Jersey, Essex, New Jersey, Hudson, New Jersey, Morris, New Jersey, Passaic, New Jersey, Extreme Northern Somerset, New Jersey, Sussex, New Jersey, Union, New Jersey, Extreme Northeastern Warren, New Jersey, and Northeastern Pike, Pennsylvania. If you hear an air raid sound in your area, you are in the risk zone and must evacuate immediately to protect your health and life and that of your family. Residents evacuating are advised to take the following actions: apply an approved gas mask rated NBC to avoid being exposed to radioactive particles. Turn off all electrical and gas-powered appliances in your home. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. Lock all windows and doors, and gather all people in your home. Do not attempt to pick up relatives in schools, hospitals, or nursing homes, as these facilities have their own emergency plan. When you evacuate, tie a white towel to a visible location of your home, such as a mailbox or door. This will tell emergency management that you are aware of the situation. Do not use the towel as a means of supplicating for assistance. Evacuate in a calm and orderly manner. Bring all necessities, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-operated radio to your shelter. And most importantly, do not panic. Panicking will only worsen the already dangerous situation. To repeat, an immediate evacuation of all areas within a 50-mile radius of the Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant has been issued. Those who haven't evacuated should do so immediately.
This is Buchanan Fire Department Rescue 26. Numerous fire departments and police officers are at the Indian Point Power Plant. Decon units are trying their best to extract at least 60 to 70% of the radioactive fallout from the atmosphere. Engine 160 and Utility 12 have brought to our attention the visibility of heavy black smoke from reactor number 2 and light black smoke from reactor number 3. We will most likely need to evacuate areas within a 100-mile radius of the plant.
This is the New York State Fire Dispatch. We do not feel that an immediate evacuation of areas in a 100-mile radius of the plant is necessary yet, nor is another emergency alerts bulletin required. Please contact us again when you have something meaningful to report.
Acknowledged. Buchanan Fire Department Rescue 26. Over and out.
What's the matter, Chief?
The lazy holes at the New York State Fire Dispatch wouldn't relay the emergency alert bulletin that I had requested. I told them black smoke was visible from both reactors and that an evacuation of areas within 100 miles of the plant was necessary. But apparently, it wasn't meaningful to them.
With that cracking voice of yours, I can see why.
Go yourself.
This is firefighter Mary Madeleine Microsoft. Come in, Chief Sydney. Come in, Chief Sydney.
This is Chief Sydney to Microsoft Mary. What do you have?
A whole f***ing bag of unsmoked means in my and a fire broke out at reactor number 2.
What the hell are you doing smoking means on your job? People's lives are at stake here, and you're just sitting there smoking means?
Hey Jack, it's not my fault. There's a hobo in white overalls and a blue hat sitting up here, and he stuck the bag of means in my pocket.
Dispose of the bag immediately. The person could have given you a bag of spicy beans, and it will only add to the fire at the reactors. Tell your crew to get out the hose. Or are they smoking those beans too?
Shut the up, you fatty fat. I'm smoking some dank mediums right now. You cannot fire me, because the nuclear fire will fire your firing fire to firing fires.
God damn it, my crew, it's filled with idiots. Mary, throw away the bag of beans. It's obviously affecting Mr. F***ing lady voice up there.
I do not talk much,
If you give me an attitude like that again, I swear to f***ing God I'll throw you off the Burj Khalifa. You have a feminine voice, so f***ing accept it or I will throw your ass on the street.
The state emergency management agencies in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York have issued the following statement: radiological hazard warning in effect until further notice. The ongoing situation at the Indian Point Energy Center in Westchester County, New York has escalated. Radiologists have stated that large amounts of toxic chemicals have been released into the air a lot earlier than originally reported. Radioactive materials are in the atmosphere. Seek shelter indoors immediately. This is a nuclear emergency for far northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, western Connecticut, and southeast New York. A nuclear emergency is declared when a nuclear incident occurs which poses potentially serious radiological consequences to the general public. Any and all residents that do not live in the Indian Point 50-mile evacuation zone hearing this message must shelter in place or evacuate immediately, as fallout can quickly spread over large areas. Take the following actions to ensure the safety of your life. If you have an approved gas mask, put it on immediately. Leave your homes for a safer location, or seek refuge in a storm cellar or interior room. Seal all cracks with tape, damp clothing or towels. Make sure you have food, water, clothing, medical supplies, and a battery-powered radio. And most importantly, stay calm. Panicking will worsen the already dangerous situation. Only come out of the shelter if extremely necessary, as fallout can be deadly. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated, and will result in arrest. Stay tuned to local media outlets to receive all updates on the ongoing nuclear emergency. The State Emergency Management Agency. following message is transmitted at the request of the Governor of the State of New York, and the New York State Office of Emergency Management. A large fire is currently ongoing at the Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant in Westchester County. As this fire is in progress, it is likely that all nuclear materials inside the plant will be released. If this occurs, the current evacuation radius will likely be extended to 100 miles from the plant. Firefighters are working promptly at the scene to try and extinguish the blaze. Please stay tuned.
Sorry, did you think Thunder Buddy 01 was gonna put me out of service for good? Did you also think Thunder Buddy 01 was running out of ideas? Think again. I'm back, with my sexy ass voice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Governor of the State of New York, and the New York State Office of Emergency Management. A large fire is currently ongoing at the Indian Point Nuclear Power Plant in Westchester County. As this fire is in progress, it is likely that all nuclear materials inside the plant will be released. If this occurs, the current evacuation radius will likely be extended to 100 miles from the plant. Firefighters are working promptly at the scene to try and extinguish the blaze. Please stay tuned to local media outlets for further information.
Peter, you have to cut all power to the plant. If you wait any longer, the power plant will explode, and we're all gonna die. I don't want to die. I have an evil wife and 101 Dalmatians to feed.
Eddie, f***ing relax. I've got it all under control. Just watch me. I'll hit the emergency cutoff button, and you'll all be happy little cherub children. Oops.
I think I may have accidentally pressed the self-destruct button. What the actual goddamn it, all you had to do was press the emergency cutoff button, but instead you were acting simpleton and pressed the self-destruct button. Because we're all gonna die.
This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WEBE. We will continue to serve the Connecticut area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Connecticut area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is WEBE. This station will continue furnishing news, official information, and instructions for the Connecticut area. If you are not in the Connecticut area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your area. It is important that you listen carefully to announcements from the station in your local area. This is a follow-up message from the United States government. A nuclear emergency has been declared for all areas on the eastern seaboard from the Hudson Valley region to the Carolina coast. The Indian Point nuclear power plant in Westchester County, New York has exploded due to a rapid release of radioactive materials into the atmosphere. The combination of the shockwave from the explosion and the spread of radioactive fallout has caused a number of other power plants to explode in a chain reaction instantaneously. Some power plants affected include Millstone Nuclear Power Plant in Waterford, Connecticut, Calvert Cliffs Nuclear Power Plant in Lusby, Maryland, Pilgrim Nuclear Generating Station in Manomet, Massachusetts, 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Beaver Valley Nuclear Generating Station near Shippingport, Pennsylvania, Turkey Point Nuclear Generating Station near Homestead, Florida, Sharon Harris Nuclear Power Plant in New Hill, North Carolina, McGuire Nuclear Station near Charlotte, North Carolina, and Joseph M. Farley Nuclear Generating Station near Dothan, Alabama. Any and all residents within 500 miles of these power plants must seek a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a product of nuclear attacks or explosions. Prolonged exposure will result in lethal consequences. The President is currently at an undisclosed location, and will be speaking on all stations shortly. This concludes the follow-up message from the United States government. Stay tuned to local media outlets for
This video is the sole property of Thunder Buddy 01 Productions. This content has been made for the purpose of YouTube distribution, and is protected under YouTube copyright. Any duplication of this video without Thunder Buddy 01's explicit written permission will lead to the removal of the content from the YouTube channel. Any resistance met with Thunder Buddy 01 will not be tolerated, and will result in legal action against the person to the fullest extent of the law. Regardless of any modifications made, it is your responsibility to obtain express written consent from Thunder Buddy 01 Productions. I'm Scansoft Tom, and I have been authorized to read this statement.